today. For everyone, to those who have entered the room, we are about to begin. So please have a seat and make yourself comfortable. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Honorable Associate Professor Dr. Ummi Naiemah Saraih as a Head Research Fellow Center of Excellence for Social Innovation and Sustainability from Universiti Malaysia Perlis, and a very warm welcome to all participants and students from STEKOM University. Is it indeed a pleasure to have all of you on this memorable occasion? And I would like to thanks for I would like to thank God for getting us here in a visiting lecture program regarding human resource management, foundational knowledge of talent management. Before we begin, please allow me to read our agenda this afternoon. First, there will be start a class presentation by Associate Professor Dr. Ummi. And finally, there will be a question and answer session after the presentation and continue with the brief photo session at the end. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, we will start this event today, delivered by Dr. Ummi. The time is yours. Thank you.
Okay. You're most welcome, Miss Novi. All right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good afternoon from Malaysia. It is 3:07 now. Can you hear my audible clearly?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So before I start, I would like to express my heartiest appreciation to Miss Novi and especially to Bapak Rector of STEKOM Universities and also all of the team members in STEKOM. I think this is my first, what we call it, first time to online in this year. For last year, yes, I did have, I guess, 2 lecture online. So thank you for inviting me. And as for today, as what have been mentioned just now, I would like to share some of the basic knowledge about talent management. And for that purposes, let me start to share my screen first. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. Okay, let me put it in full view. All right. Okay. My name is Ummi Naiemah binti Saraih. All right. Okay, I am the Associate Professor of Faculty of Business and Communication in Universiti Malaysia Perlis, or in short, we call it UniMAP. And for your information, UniMAP is the 17 public universities located in the northern region of Malaysia, in particular in the state of Perlis. And Perlis actually is near to the border of Thailand, very nearby. And I would like to tell a bit about myself. Okay, I am first joined UniMAP in 2002. It means it is about 22 years ago. But by that time, I am not the docent here, not the academic staff here. By that time, I was appointed as the administrative officer. Okay, during that time, I continue my master's and PhD as a part-timer, and I able to finish my PhD in 2014. It means that by early of 2015, I joined UniMAP in another what we call it position as the academician or the the academic staff in UniMAP. So I attached with UniMAP as the academician. This is my 8 years, all right. And I would like also to share that my areas of expertise in management by focusing on human resource management as well as the organizational behavior. So for those who are willing to have any further collaboration with me, you may reach me later. I will share you my contacts and also my details. Okay, As for today, this is the title of our lecture program. And before we start, I think I would like to have or to make two activities with all of you. All right. So first and foremost, as the ice-breaking session, I would like to do a Mentimeter platform using the Mentimeter platform. And right after I finish my presentation, I would like to do some of the activities through the CoESIS platform. So before I officially start the presentation in delivering the lecture notes, I would like to start the what we call it, the Mentimeter. So hopefully that you are all ready, and let me try to view and give you the QR code for the Mentimeter activities. Okay, I need to end my slide first. All right. Now can you see this slide?
Yes.
All right. So will you please join this Mentimeter by scan the given QR code? So let's see what you expect from this lecture. Now I try to make the QR code bigger to make sure that it will be easier for you to join. All right.
For the first, oh, okay, okay.
Okay, let us wait. I guess there are only 2 participants just now. Let us wait for a while. Okay, now we have still 2 participants. Now it increased to 3. If I'm not mistaken, there are 18 of the participants showing at my Zoom. Okay. It is fine. I can wait for you guys to join this Mentimeter. Okay, now we have 4 participants. Maybe we can wait until we have 5 to 6 participants before we continue with only there are 3 questions in this Mentimeter. Now it increased to 5, 6, How say you, Miss Novi? Do we need to continue or should we wait for a few seconds?
Continue, it's okay, Miss.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
So now we start with the first question. Okay. So how are you feeling right now? Excited? Happy? Disappointing? Why? Tired? Yes, tired. All right, and maybe we have another 2 responses. Oh, happy, happy, disappointing, sleepy, excited, and wow, 8 responses. But why does it display like this, happy? I guess happy is the most frequent answer that you share in this question. So excited, great, okay, good, and happy. So we go to the further question, the next question. We only have 3 questions for these activities. All right, now what do you already know about talent management? We are going to learn a basic knowledge about talent management. So without going into details, into the formal lecture, what do you know? Any kind of answer will be fine. Any idea that you know? We just share. It is a talent about management. Okay. All right. This is the first answer. It is a talent about management. Any other answer? Any other response? How employers recruit and develop a workforce that is as productive as possible and likely to stay with their organization. Okay, this is a very good answer. And the next one, organizational ability to recruit, retain, and produce the most talented employees available in the job market. Also, there are 2 important keywords here, recruit and retrain. And as for this recruit and develop, these are 2 of the best question here. And here we got another answer, system or way to get the right assessment of each employee in the company. Also correct. It is also a part of what is included under the talent management. Any other answer that can be shared? It is talent about management. Yes, it is also correct, where the management need to make sure they can acquire a good talent or a good employee in the organization and develop employees by training program. So yes, training program is what can we do to develop the talent or the employee in the organization. Okay, I guess maybe these are the only responses for this question. So now all are good, all are correct, but most of them are almost accurate, 100% accurate. Okay, now we move to the next question. What are your expectations for today's lecture? Okay, you can click your answer and then we are going to look overall what you expect from today's program. Okay, most of you and give 4.5 goes to I'm looking to learn a lot. I just want to have fun. Okay, I was just want to have fun. Okay, this is a very good answer also. So to make you not tired and also disappointing, so we try to make fun based on today's lecture. Okay, I think we try to add some of our new knowledge regarding talent management and what actually we or most of the students need to know. Okay, because all of the students need to prepare themselves. In future, they will be one of the leader or manager by the time they have graduated from the university. So in total now, the most answer from the participant agree that I am looking to learn a lot, and also I just want to have fun. Okay, this is the only question for our Mentimeter activities. Let me check the platform. I'm sorry, can you share a QR code? Oh, sorry. Okay, now we finish our ice breaking session. Now let me continue with our lecture. Okay, let me again display my PowerPoint. All right, so now I make it again bigger. Give me a minute here. Okay, guys, can you see my slide now? Mr. V, is my slide is visible for you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, so first and foremost, all right, we are going to look at the table of content for today's lecture. I try to make it into 5 parts. The first and foremost, we are going to look on what is talent management, include of the definition and what is the basic or what is the purposes of practicing talent management in the organization. And after that, section number 2, we would like to look on basic purposes, function, and benefits of talent management, or I put it in an abbreviation of TM. And the third part is to look on the 4 main pillars and process model. The next one, we are going to look on the strategy that can be implemented. And last but not least, we are going to look on the TM planning and the best practice which have been shared by few of the scholars and researchers. For your information, I take all of the statement and sentence here based on the previous scholar. However, I'm sorry to say that I didn't able to list all of the references in today's lecture because the shortage of my time. Okay, now we go to the first section. Okay, what we need to do to know about talent management. There are a few of debates regarding talent management is bringing the similar function of HRM, and some of them said that talent management is under the domain of HRM, and another scholar they agree that HRM is under the talent management domain. So I would like to use this kind of sentence or claim stating that talent management is an integral part of human resource management. Okay, its objective is to hire the right people and manage them effectively. This one including under the HRM objective of practices. Meanwhile, talent management focuses on ways to develop and retain employees by mapping out career path and training program. This is quite the similar statement as what has been shared by one of our participants in the Mentimeter activity just now. So, under talent management, most of the researchers, they agree that we need to be based on the 4 main function, okay, 4 main point, all right, which are included of planning, acquiring, developing, and also retaining. Therefore, talent management can be defined as a deliberate approach implemented to plan, number one, acquire, develop, and retain people with required aptitude or skill to meet the present and future goals or needs of the organization. All right. So TM is how employers plan, acquire, develop, and retain a workforce within the workplace. Okay. And the final implication is to make sure that the organization can improve the overall performance and efficiency. Therefore, it will be remain competitive in the market. All right. So the next one. Maybe you also can spot some of the information, because after I finish my presentation, we are going to have another activities, okay? And all of the question will be based on my presentation today. Even though there are a lot of scholars, they have a lot of what we call it explanation on talent management, but for the purpose of our quizzes later, I will be based on today's slide. All right. Okay, we move next. Okay, here is the 3 key components of talent management. Number 1, aligning talent goals with larger business objective to ensure that the organization workforce is strategically developed and motivated to contribute effectively toward the achievement of overall business success. And the key components number 2, to fulfilling employees' expectation and delivering on hiring promises in talent management. This can lead to the satisfaction of the employees and increase their retention, which finally will benefit the organization at whole. And number 3, to rely on data to make better workforce decision. This cannot be based on only assumption or opinion, but every single decision should be made on the established and also a valid data. All right. So relying on data to make better workforce decision in talent management is very crucial to make sure that the satisfaction of the employees can lead to the organizational performance and effectiveness. Okay, still under the first section, now let us look on what is called by talent gap. This is quite synonym, talent gap. When we learn about talent management, sometimes we always heard about talent gap. So what is talent gap actually? So it is actually refer to a lack of skilled personnel in an organization. It means that personnel here is the human resource, is all of the employees that exist in the organization. So it refer to the lack of their skill to cope with the position that's available in the organization. So actually most of the organization, they're having difficulty in reducing the talent gap. And there are also various ways to reduce talent gap. And in today's presentation, I just would like to highlight on the 2 methods in reducing the talent gap. Okay, number 1 is to know the knowledge, skills, and abilities. And normally, we call it KSA, knowledge, skill, and abilities, required for one particular position in the organization. And number 2, how we can reduce talent gap is by developing a culture of talent development among members in the organization. Okay, now let we look, how can we reduce the talent gap according to the first point? Okay, this is about KSA. Before we go further, I would like to refresh your knowledge about what is knowledge, what is skills, and also what is ability. The one is referred to the KSA. All right, knowledge is the theoretical or practical understanding of an subject. Meanwhile, skills are the proficiency you develop through training or experience. And the last one, abilities, is what we are going to nurture in our employees It is the quality of being able to do something. To do something here is to fulfill or complete any assigned task. All right, because we are facing with the very challenging and technological changes. Therefore, sometimes the ability should be increased or should be upgraded to make sure we can cope with the technological changes. Sorry. So if we look on this slide, the first and foremost, we need to make sure that we can identify the areas where proficiency needed. This is based on the KSA requirement for every single position that's available in the organization. So after that, we look for person with required KSA within industry or market. All right. And after we select them, and after they are hired in or employed in the organization, we still need to identify the skill gap of the candidate to the particular position. So after we know the skill gap, and we need to identify what are the required training to make sure that he or she can cope with the task that has been assigned. And after we have provided training in a periodical time, periodical duration, we need to do a assessment to that individual to make sure there are extra training or any other specialized attention is required, right? So now let us move to the next slide. Okay, now this is about the second method to reduce talent gap. Okay, this can be done by developing a culture of talent development among members. If you look at this diagram, it actually a role that have been what we call it, the extra role need to be played by the managers or the leader of the organization. Okay, culture is the environment for people at work. And every organization has its own culture. It is referred to the standard assumption, standard attitude, standard behavior, and sharing the same vision, mission, objective. And this culture need to be nurtured and need to be spread all over the organization. So culture in organization includes the norms and behavior that outline its shared value. And organizational culture should be nurtured that it will be facilitated to retain, sustain, and grow talent. Okay, if you look at the way to develop the talent management, there are 5 things that we can do as a leader. Number 1 is to act as a role model. Number 2 is to reinforce the value of learning. Number 3 is to build sustainable processes. Number 4 is to strengthen shared value. And the last one, to leverage problems as opportunity. Okay, now let we move to the explanation for each of these way in reducing talent management in the context of developing the culture in the organization. Okay. As for number 1, act as a role model. We need to demonstrate a transparency in our own quest for learning, development, and knowledge sharing. So we as a leader or manager need to embrace openness and vulnerability to become most powerful when they show a willingness to learn and grow. Therefore, we need to have a very human touch communication with our colleagues or our employees. So the next one, reinforce the value of learning. This can be done by moving beyond the initial discussion about goals. Sometimes we just discussing and talking with our employee about the KPI of the organization. But actually, we need to engage the employees to understand their aspiration towards that objective and the areas they feel that they need to improve in order to achieve the KPI for the organization. And we also need to celebrate any single experience, even though the task that we give to the employees cannot be 100% completed or successful. Therefore, there will be a platform for us to make a good conversation and know which area that can be improved. Okay, so celebrate both successes or the unsuccesses, even tasks are not completed or went unsmoothly. And also we need to strengthen the organization shared value through reinforcement. Okay, now we go to number 3. It is about to build a sustainable processes. Managers or leader, they should in charge and take a role as a coach to their team. Okay, employees should have clarity on the areas they need. Paths should be created to foster a lasting relationship with the organization. So within the organization and also the employee, we need to make sure that the person organization fit can be implemented. Okay. And after that, how we can strengthen the shared value? Every employee should be able to connect with their daily productivity. Okay. Therefore, understanding their role and the purpose behind their work sometimes can enhance or strengthen their motivation and promote successful for a completion task. This actually can increase the level of satisfaction, and when they are satisfied with their work, they will perform more, and their performance will actually create a mutual and reciprocate with the organization, where the organization can increase the level of their performance and also efficiency. And last but not least, it is about the leverage problem as opportunity. So we need to take any single challenges or any problem that occurred in the organization as the opportunities to learn and to improve. So problems and challenges in the workplace is something common. Every day we will be faced with many kinds of problems, many kinds of obstacles in implementing our tasks. So we need to be very good in what we call it transferring or changing that problem and make it as the opportunity of us. So learning from the root cause and stressor of these challenges can benefit not only the individual, but also to the organization to improve the performance in a long run. Okay, here is the slide for my section 1. And the next, we are going to look on the basic purposes, functions, and benefit. Okay. Again, I would like to highlight that the basic purpose of talent management, based on several of the scholars, they agree, will be based on plan, recruit or acquire, develop, and retain best talent. It means that in planning, we are going to plan what is the kind of individuals that can fit the position offered in our organization. And after that, we need to acquire them to make them on board in our organization. Of course, recruitment and selection will be done, but need to be based on the KSA requirement that have been fulfilled by that particular individual. And after they have been working and have been employed, we need to make sure any kind of talent gap that might be occurred and try to develop them into their own individual career and also to the benefit of the organization. And after we have a very good and diamond type of employee, of course, we need to retain them as our best talent in the organization. So this process actually is very less costing compare if we need to start hiring the new candidates or the new individual to fulfill the position in the organization. Therefore, TM can help to improve the overall performance of the organization to ensure it can remain its competitiveness in the market. Okay, now we go to the functions of talent management. There are many functions of talent management, but in today's presentation, I just would like to share these 6 functions of talent management. It starts with establishing a high-performance workforce to increase the productivity of organization. And then we attract employees with high potential in retaining them through proper training and refreshment. After that, we also can developing skills and competency in employees to make sure they can cope with the sudden technological changes. And number 4, by guiding them or by giving them a good way of time management, this can be also benefit the individual, the employees, and also the organization, because as untrained and unskilled workforce lead to the wastage of time and commitments of more errors. And number 5, retain talented and high-performing employees to ensure the sustainability of the organization. Okay, by the time we have already retained the talented and high-performing employees, we also need to make sure that they are enjoy and satisfied to work within the organization, to retain them with us in the same organization by giving them a long way, what we call it, benefit, okay, to make sure they are more flexible and they're happy and they will choose to stay with the company. And the last one, ensuring growth and innovation in the organization. Okay, as we all know, the innovation is a must in all of the organization. Therefore, with a device type of talent that we obtain from the high performers among our employees, for sure the diverse talent, the diverse knowledge, skill, and abilities can help the organization to increase the level of innovation in the organization. Okay, now that one is about function. There are 6 functions of talent management. The next one, let us look on the benefits of talent management. Okay, as stated on my slide, here are the 5 benefits of talent management. Number 1 is about recruit in-demand talent. Number 2 is minimize disruption. Number 3 is to improve productivity. And number 4 is to reduce cost. And the last one is innovate. All right, this is the 5 benefits of talent management. Okay, how can we do by recruiting in-demand talent? So, recruit in-demand talent by identifying and attracting a highly talented individual with a specialized KSA that required by the organization to drive the organization's success. So recruiting in-demand talent involves a strategic and proactive approach to seek out exceptional individuals with sought KSA, ensuring the organization can remain competitive and sustainable. All right. And number 2, the minimize disruption. For always, company or organization will face with many kind of obstacles in operating their business. So we can try to minimize the disruption if we have a very high performance and good talent within the organization. Therefore, we need to have a talent pipeline. So the talent pipeline fill open position quickly, maintaining smooth operation, because sometimes on the dot, we might miss our good employees because they are willing to go to another company. Therefore, we need to have a very strategic talent pipeline, so we can fill in or solve the problem immediately. Okay, so ultimately, a robust talent pipeline enables organization to stay ahead in the talent market, securing top talent, and also this is very crucial in today's competitive environment. Okay, this is the two benefits of TM. The next one, the third benefits is about to improve productivity. Okay, continuous strength-based coaching enhance employee knowledge, skill, and abilities. It means that as the managers or as the leader in the organization, we need to play our role as the coach, and we need to identify what is the strength of our employee. And then we need to polish the strength and make sure it can go to the fullest or the optimum potential of that particular employees. All right, so as a manager also, we need to have some sort of knowledge on how to identify the strength for each of the employees in our company. Because sometimes the strength within the employees is different. Maybe employee A is good at communication, employee B is good at documentation. So as a leader, we need to know about their strength, and we need to polish more about their strength to make sure their strength can be maximized, can be go to the fullest in order to help the performance of the company. And number 4 is to reduce costs. Retaining and engaging valued team members is more cost effective than recruiting and training new hires. If you still remember, we have 4 stages just now, 4 objectives, 4 pillars. Start with planning, acquiring, developing, and retaining. So if we are able to retain them, this is more or less cost effective, okay, to reduce cost. If not, we need to start the process from planning, the first stage. That's why by the time we already have a good talent, a good employees in the organization, we need to make sure we can entertain them well, make them satisfied with what have been offered by the company, to make sure they are happy, they are satisfied, therefore they can produce more to the company, and company also will got benefit from the top performance of those talent. Okay, and the last one is about innovate. Okay, talented teams are more likely to develop new methods. All right, it means that talented team may be excel or high perform in innovation problem solving and leverage technological advancement. For example, talent management plays a vital role in assembling and nurturing talented team that possess diverse innovation. If we have a diverse KSA from a variety of employee, from many of the employee, therefore they will be the backbone to the company, to the organization, to help organization achieving the innovation as required by the market. Therefore, teams need to be capitalized on emerging technologies to drive efficient problem solving and to stay ahead in a competitive landscape and business environment. So here is the 5 benefits of talent management. And the next section is about the talent management main pillars. Okay, again, we need to store in our mind that it will engage with planning, acquiring, developing, and retaining. So every organization has different approach, but this is the basic approach of or basic main pillars about talent management across countries. And later I will share with you the diagram of the main pillars of this thing. Okay, so it can make organization capable and skilled workforce for the organization. So we start with planning, acquiring, developing, and retaining. And of course, retaining may appear as the most hard one, all right, to be implemented. Okay, plan also might appear difficult, but if people ask me, I guess retaining is more challenging for most of the managers to be coped with. Okay, so based on these four main pillars, actually there are several steps involved in doing the planning, in doing the acquiring, in doing the developing, as well as retaining. Now we are going to look one by one. Okay, the first one, how to planning talent. Okay, how to make the talent planning. First and foremost, if you look here, number one, we need to understand focus. And once the organization identify its requirement, it can strategize on nurturing the desired talent potential. It means that we need to map the KSA with the positions that will be offered by our organization. So we need to understand our focus first. And after that, define competency. Number two, stage number two under planning talent. So competencies refer to enduring employees attribute that lead to high performance level. So here, the organization precisely outline the essential and applicable skill and talent essential for achieving organizational goals. And number three, set measurement criteria. So there should be a standard criteria to evaluate, measure, and develop specific competency. All right. And the next one, the next stage, we need to do the talent audit. It means that to conduct an audit comprising various activities such as psychometric tests, questionnaire, in-depth interview, case studies, and analysis of recent performance review. But we need to bear in mind, even though we try out all over to make sure that we hire the right employees, but this is only the first stage in doing the planning talent, because sometime right after we employ the employees, maybe all of the tests that we conducted earlier might not reflect on the attitudes of the employees by the time they join the organization. But this is only that we can do to make sure by that stage we try our best to get the good talent to join the organization. Okay, now that we move to the second one, the second pillars, it is about acquiring talent. When we talk about acquiring, it is about the attracting, recruiting, and selecting, of course, and employing. Okay, so we can run away from this: attracting, recruiting, selecting, and employing. So attracting is organization showcase their culture to attract, show their value, show their image, good image, to attract talented individuals from various industries to join the workforce. While recruiting, embodies the organization core value and highlight the benefit of being part of organization. Where in recruiting, actually we have a talent, or what we call it, a pool of individuals who are capable to fulfill the position. And then selecting is the process involve multiple steps such as interview, test, and background check. So in this stage, normally we try to select which one should be employed and which individuals or candidates are the best individuals or employees to fit the requirement of our position, okay, through the formal offer letter. And after that, employing, it is the final stage of hiring the skilled and talented people in the organization. Okay, that's all about the second main pillars. regarding acquiring talent. Okay, it involves with most of the recruitment and selection process. Okay, now we move to the third one. It is about developing. Okay, developing is also important. We need to make all of these pillars balance between one to another. So it involves with several stages. Start with talent readiness, development and training, performance management, coaching and mentoring. So what can we do for talent readiness? So this talent readiness is the abilities aid the organization in attracting, recognizing, and nurturing talent. Okay, so we make sure that all of the employees that join our organization are ready with the required talent based on the standard KSA that have been documented for them. And after that, develop and training. So training initiatives are valuable for upgrading employees' talent and skill, preparing them for future challenges and career growth. Okay, sometimes we conduct a training because there are some of the lack of skill, but sometimes we offer the training to our employees for their career growth, so we can teach them on how to do another job that maybe by that time out of their scope. So there are several types of training that can be conducted by the organization. And the next one, performance management. It refers to the goal setting, conducting reviews, and offering feedback. All right, and the last one, coaching and mentoring. Coaching and mentoring is more than is a role of leader, okay, to coach and to mentor them. Sometime in the organization, they will appoint one coach or one mentor to maybe one or two employees. So coaching and mentoring foster talent management by motivating individuals to excel in their roles and learn through hands-on experience. Okay, now we go to the last part. Okay, about retaining talent.
Oh, suara orangnya. Bukan situ, Pak.
Okay, retaining talent. It also involves with several stages, such as long-term incentive, where the long-term incentive, such as progressive benefits and a paid vacation, can motivate employees to align their career and personnel. Okay, sometimes organization can offer this kind of paid vacation in the monetary reward, in the non-monetary reward, to make sure that the higher performers in the organization are happy and would like to stay in the organization. Okay, and the next one, career planning. This involves providing genuine opportunity for advancement of the employees. So it makes sure that the talent can be stay in the organization and will not leave our organization. And of course, to retain the good talent in our organization, we can offer the flexible working environment, where by doing this, we cannot be too rigid to our employees, give them some flexible working arrangement to make sure they are comfortable in order to let them stay and happy and more productive in performing their tasks. Sometimes there are organizations that are too rigid, okay? But this is only for me applicable to those who are high performers. Sometimes there are employees that involved with any disciplinary matters. So in this case, I don't think that flexible working arrangement is applicable to that kind of employee. And the last one, talent culture. To cultivate a positive work environment is crucial to retain talent. So the culture need to be nurtured by the time we employ the employees in our organization, so we can build or create a culture to make sure that most of the employee, they will stay in the company until the retirement phase. All right, so this is the 4 pillars that is consisted under talent management, what we call it, process. Now we move to the next section. Okay, it is 4 o'clock now. All right. So the next section is about the talent management process model. If you can look here on this slide, this is not so different with the 4 main pillars that I have explained just now. Okay, it still starts with planning. And if you notice, the first one is planning. Attracting and selecting is under the acquiring, the second one, and then developing is the same, and after them, retaining. However, under this process model, it also has the transitioning. Okay, normally, there are also several types of talent management process model, but as for today, I choose this one to be shared with all of you. Then talent management is the systematic process of identifying the vacant position, hiring the suitable person, developing the skills and expertise of the person to match the position, and retaining him or her to achieve all of the long-term objective or goals of the organization. So in this process, it consists of 6 what we call it, stages or 6 process. Planning, again, attracting and selecting under acquiring, developing, retaining, and the last one, in this case, it has the transitioning. Okay, now we move to the explanation for each of these TM process model. Okay, as for the planning process, process number 1, it is the first step in the process of talent management, and it involves in identifying where gaps lie. So as how I have explained just now, this is the first and crucial process to make sure that we create the job design according to the needs of the market, and we need to highlight and list out all of the knowledge, skills, and abilities that are required to fulfill that position. And number 1, process number 2, the next one is attracting. So attracting is either where we try to show the good image of our organization to attract the high talented individual for joining our organization. So the process would involve attracting a healthy flow of applicant. It means that healthy flow of applicant, we base on the standard and documented job design that has been what we call it, created just now. So the usual external sources include job portal, social network, and also referral. So nowadays, I also heard from few of my friends saying that some of the good or mega company, they also check on our media social network by the time they doing the what we call it, the next process, the acquiring, the select, the recruitment process. So it can be benefit for them also, because from our social media, they can know and try to guess what kind of person before they can issue the offer letter to the selected, maybe to the favorite list of the applicant. So the next process, process number 3, is selecting. Okay, in this process, some tests have been done, such as written test, interview, group discussion, psychometric metric, and another test that available based on the needs of the company. So today also, there are another latest software that can help the to implement this process. Okay, and the next process number 4 is developing. Okay, quite a few organizations today operate, okay, developing employees to help them grow with the organization. It means that by the time we employ the employees, we not only would like to utilize them for the benefit of organization, but at the same time, we also need to look on the aspect of the individual's career growth and career advancement. That's why developing their talent can benefit them. And at the same time, when they appear as the top performance in the organization, we need to have a good way to retain them in the organization. So process number 5, for any organization to be truly successful, they need to retain the talent in the organization. So how can we retain them? By giving them the flexible working hours, by what we call it, what promises which have been done by them, maybe through the succession planning can be implemented and so forth. And the last one is the transitioning. Okay, this is providing retirement benefit, conducting exit interview, and effective succession planning. Might seem like unrelated career point, but there are all transition tools that enable the shared journey. This can be one of example of transitioning. By the time the good talent, the high performers reach to the retirement, therefore we need to make sure maybe 5 years or 10 or 8 years before the retirement, we already have someone to play a role, okay, of that person they are going to retire. Because at some cases, we will still need to miss the high talented employees in our organization. Okay, that is the end of my section 3. Okay, now here is about talent management strategy. Okay. Actually, I got a link, a YouTube link. Maybe I can try to share this link with you now. Okay, only a minute link, just to give you information about talent strategy before I continue with my information or knowledge on talent strategy. Okay, now let me start to play this video. How to make this in full? Okay, full. Tak nampak full. Okay. I'm sorry, I cannot make it in full view. Okay, I'm sorry because I cannot make it in my full view. All right, let me end this YouTube sharing. Okay. Okay, now we continue to the fourth section of this presentation. it is about the talent management strategies. Okay, just now the video, I cannot make it in full actually. Based on that video, it involved with 4 strategies of implementing the talent management. However, based on my presentation, I would like to highlight on these 5 strategies on talent management. This strategy is to help identify and fill missing key skill, and also to make sure we can optimize our talent in the organization to make sure they can perform at the fullest potential. So there are 5 strategies. Number 1 is to make workplace culture a top priority. Number 2 is to provide plenty of growth opportunity, okay, to retain them in the organization. Number 3 is to ensure the employees are using their strength. Okay, just now also I talked a bit about the strength, how the manager need to coach and identify the strength of the employees. And number 4 is to compensate employees fairly. And the last one is to hire diverse talent. Okay, diverse talent, various type of talent. Okay, now we move to strategy number 1. It is about make workplace culture a top priority. So when employees experience contentment and a sense of belonging in the organization, so they will increase the level of their contribution. Right, and they tend to remain in the position because they are happy and comfortable to work in that particular organization. So we need to value them, make them be more proactive and innovative. So this positive workplace environment can lead to the higher level of job satisfaction and lower turnover rates, and of course will give the stability and growth for that particular employees as well as the growth for the company. Okay, number 2, provide plenty of growth opportunities. Once they have joined the organization, we need to identify and plan all of the growth corporate opportunity that can be offered to our employee. So with rare exception, employees will depart from their job unless they are provided with the clarity about their career advancement. So what they can achieve in that particular organization, maybe in the 5 years and 10 years from now. Therefore, when employees see the future opportunities for their career advancement, so they will stay and become loyal and will perform more to the organization. A moment, let me check this. Look, this chatbot. Hadir, okay. Thank you. So the next slide is about the third strategy and the fourth strategy. Actually, there are lots of strategy, but I just would like to share these 5 strategy with all of you. So number 3, ensure the employees are using their strength. Okay, it means that enhancing engagement and efficiency can be achieved if we focus on the strength of the employee and we can polish them to optimize their contribution. So we need to align them with the requirement of the position. So by doing that, they can increase the level of their strength and align the strength with meaningful roles. And this can make the organization foster a purpose of fulfillment and leading to increased motivation, commitment, satisfaction, innovation, and all of the good and positive side that will benefit the organization. And the fourth one, to compensate employees fairly. All right, this means that the compensation need to be based on the academic qualification, experience that is standard and applicable to all of the employees. So having precise and up-to-date benchmark on compensation data tailored to the industry. And also sometimes in here we have COLA allowance. It is some of the incentive based on the location or geographical area where the company is located. All right. So by doing this, this can make the employees happy, and having this enables business to align the compensation strategies and make it up to date or as far as another companies that operate some business or perform or having a similar, quite similar image as our organization. So that is the fourth strategy that can be played. And the last one, to hire a diverse talent. Okay, diverse talent, maybe that particular employees is not only can do one or two roles. So diversity in the organization through its broader perspective and innovation approaches can enhance the problem solving. They can do a more decision, okay, can make more decision, a better decision. And diversity in organization can bring the fresh perspective and innovation thinking, because all of them are the high performance, are high talented, come with many and diverse or various of background. Therefore, the combination of these all diverse talent that we have in the organization, for of course, can boost the productivity and also the efficiency of the organization. Okay, this is the last one, I guess. This is about TM planning and best practice. Okay, I think I won't go in details, but what we can do for planning and best practice to make decision based on data, all right, not based on the personal assumption or personal opinion, but we go to the fact and figure. Right, number two, rely on technology. We cannot run away. Okay, we are not the traditional organization that made anything need to be based on the manual. So we need to rely on technology to make sure that our pace of work can cope with the changing of the latest technology. And the last one is to outsource payroll and HR to make sure that particular outsource or company can focus more in doing or managing the talent at the fullest for the company. Okay, the next one is about the do's and don'ts in the organization. I think this is only a common sense for the do's and don'ts. So I guess before I end of my presentation, all right, I think you all guys have now a few additional information on what talent management is all about. So normally in do's and don'ts, I think this is a common sense. After we reach at this part, okay, I think you all guys also can list down the do's and don'ts in the organization that reflected on the talent management. Right, for example, for the do's, adoption of a single language across the organization. This is to nurture or enforce a culture, right? So everyone display or using or engage with the standard of culture, and then establish an enabling work environment. Okay, everyone is treated fairly, is treated with the same, okay, and also empower the employees so that they can own the process, and this will make a sense of belonging of them become higher to stay in the organization, and so forth. So now we look on the don'ts in the organization according to the talent management. Okay, for example, don't ignore the organizational goal, don't lose focus, okay, and also don't be afraid of upgrading skill and develop the employees. And there are another don'ts that cannot be implemented or need to be avoided by leaders in the organization. Okay, now it is almost 4:20. Okay, I would like to have the second activities with you guys. So this is actually the end of my presentation. And this is my email and WhatsApp number. All right, so now let me start to do the quizzes with all of you. I shall end a moment. I end show now. So let us move to the second activities of today's. Okay. How many of you are still there in our lecture? Before we start with these quizzes.
Can you can you copy link in the Zoom chat, Miss? Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry, I already cut and paste the link of quizzes into our chat box. Okay, I created about 15 questions last night. All right. Oh, Alaya, welcome. Aulia, Fahmi, Himawan, thank you for joining. And also, the question, all of the 15 questions will be based on the lecture which have been delivered just now. Okay, because this is actually, if we learn about management, sometimes when we have the point of each of the main, what we call it, main point, so we can make the elaboration by our own. But as for now, I guess you all guys have new knowledge about talent management, right? It is about managing talent of our employee in the management by focusing on the 4 main pillars, right? Okay, in the meanwhile, the 4 main pillars: planning, acquiring, developing, and retaining. And there are also another strategy, benefit, function, basic purpose of talent management, definition for, of course, there are lots and various of definitions of talent management, but all of that are basically to enforce, to develop and retain a good performance among employees in the organization. So we only have 6. Anyone will join? Miss Novi, do you want to join us? Anyone would like to join? Okay, we wait for a while. Maybe there are more participants will join. So we wait until they have a good data connection. Okay, now we have 7, Alhamdulillah. Now we have 8. Maybe we can have 10. All right, we wait until 10. Eight. Maybe we have another 2. Maybe another 2 can join us now. Okay, Miss Novi. There are only 8, okay, participants who has joined us. So now let me click the start button and let's see what's happened. Okay, the time's up. Now let us see the answer. Okay. We have, okay, 3 of the participant got the correct answer. Okay, talent management. It is an integral part of human resource management. And answer this one. To answer is, it is reflected on the effective, continuous, and normative commitment. Actually, is referred to the organizational commitment. Meanwhile, it is the level of enthusiasm and dedication of worker feels toward their job. This is actually is the definitions of employee engagement. So talent management, it is an integral part of human resource management, which focus on planning, acquiring, right? Developing and also retaining. So now we move to the next question. Congratulations for the 3 participants who got the right answer. The next question. Okay, this is about the 3 key components of talent management. It is under the section, the first section. Okay, 2 have answered, 3 out of 9, 4 answered. Okay. Okay, time's up. All right, only 6 out of 6 participants have provided their answer. And again, Alaya got 1-7 among the first one, and 5 got all correct. It rely on data to make better workforce decision. Okay, we only need to rely on the data, valid data, established data to make any workforce decision. So congratulations. Okay, it is good now for question number 2. Okay, now we move to the next question. Okay, now it is about talent gap. Talent gap. It is also I take from the first section. Talent gap, that is very synonym with talent management. Okay, the things that we would like to avoid. Okay, time's up. Oh, we have missed the answer from, again, 3 participants. Now let us look. Alaya is still at first, following by Meme, and the third one, okay, is a lack of skilled personnel in an organization. So the answer is these 3 of you correct. This is a lack of theoretical and practical understanding. This is not the answer. And it includes the norm and behavior that outline the shared value. This is the definitions of organizational culture. Okay, so we move to the next question. Okay, this is a ways to reduce talent. Just now I shared 2 ways in reducing the talent gaps. Come on. 9 seconds more. All right. Let's try to make all of the participants answer this time. Okay, still 6 out of 9. Okay, we look. How many of you got it correct? Alaya again, Meme number 2, Rendra number 3, Kela number 4. Okay, most of you give the wrong answer. The answer is number 2. To develop a culture of talent management among members in organization. There are 2 talent gaps just now that I share. Number 1 is to identify the knowledge, skill, abilities that are required in fulfill the position. Number 2 is to develop a culture about talent management within the members of our organization. So the answer is number 2. Most of you got incorrect. So we go to the next question. I guess this is question number 5 maybe. Okay, what are the proficiency you develop through training or experience. This is still about the KSA, knowledge, skills, and abilities. That is the clue. Oh, now we have 10 participants. All right, 7 answer out of 10. Time's up. Okay, actually, this is the definitions of okay, Alaya, Mem, Reni, Rendra, number 3, Kela, number 4, Chipung, number 5. Okay, the answer is skill. Okay, skills are the proficiency you develop through training or experience. Knowledge is the theoretical and practical understanding. Ability is actually how we are able and capable to do things. Meanwhile, skill are the proficiency that we develop through training and experience. Okay, now we move to the next question. So basic purpose of talent management. This is very easy peasy. There are 4 basic purpose of talent management. I repeat so many times throughout my lecture just now. We are going to look who appear at number 1, 2, and 3. Oh, only 2 answer out of 3 answer out of 10. Okay, the time's up. Alaya, Meme, Rendra, Kela, and also Chipong. Okay, then congrats to Alaya. The answer. Okay, again, you still remember the basic purpose: planning, acquiring, developing, and retaining. Volunteering is not a basic purpose of talent management. All right? Okay, so we go to the next question. This is about function. Just now we have function, we have strategies, we have process. Okay, this is only how many functions of talent management as stated in the slide, on the slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many functions? Okay, the time's over. Let's see who will appear at the top one. Alaya, Meme, Rendra, Aulia Fahmi now going to be the third performers. Okay, 2, 2, 2. All right. The number of function is 6. All right. Function, we got 6 function. Actually, there are maybe different numbers of function according to another authors. But based on my author that I also didn't cite the name, it is based on 6 function of talent management. Okay, it is quite difficult for me to share the slide now. So later I will share. So there are 6 functions as stated on the slide. Okay, now we go to the next question. Okay, now the benefits of talent management from the perspective of innovation. There are 5 benefits of talent management. Innovation is one of the benefits. So provide your understanding based on the angle of innovation. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 of you answer out of 10. Okay, time's up. So who will be the most at top? Alaya again, Meme, Aulia Fahmi. This is the same position. All right, as just now. So only 3 of you answer. Only 1 got it correct. So in the term or in this perspective of innovation, talented teams are more likely to develop new method problem solving and make the most advancement in technology. So normally when we talk about technological changes, we cannot run away from innovation perspective. All right, so next question. I think there will be only 2 questions left. This is very easy. How many pillars? Okay, how many pillars are there? I repeat the pillars so many times. That is the basic one associated with the process of talent management. Okay, the answer is actually 4. All right. Elaya, Meme, Aulia, Rendra, and Kela. All right, the answer is 4. Huh? No one got it correct. I'm not sure about this. What happened? Nobody answered 4. The pillars is 4, right? I repeat many times: planning, acquiring, developing, retaining. Okay, now we move to the next one. The third pillars I mentioned just now. The third pillars will go to the one that we need to. Okay, time's up. Okay, it is to develop. Okay, by the time we acquire the talent, we need to develop their, what we call it? Develop their potential. So developing, good. But two of you guys still got it incorrect. So we go to the next one. Maybe this is the last or second last question. Oh, we still have 4 questions. Stages in talent management. Talent management, we got 6 process. 6. It is reflected on the basic pillars. Okay. All right, the same student who performed, but now Mimi go up again. Okay, actually as for the process, the first one is planning. It is the same. In process, we have selecting and recruiting and selecting. These 2 is under acquiring. And then number 3 is developing, the same process under talent management. And the pillars. Number 4 is retaining. But as for process, it added another one that is transitioning. Okay, so we go to the next one. Okay. Okay, this statement is about what practice in talent management. Talent management process has 6 process, right? 6 process in talent management. So this one is the elaboration for one of the talent management process. It is referred to the okay, Alaya, Mem, Aulia. All right, still the same, Kyla and Rendra. Okay, selection process. This is the test that normally can be conducted when we do the selection process among the pool of candidates that have been recruited. Okay, now we go to the next one. How many? Okay, strategies have been highlighted into this lecture. Okay, strategies. Just now pillars. So now strategies. How many strategies? Based on my slide, not based on internet sources. All right. Alaya, Mimi, Aulia, Kayla, and Rendra. Okay, Rendra, try more to overtake Rendra, right? The number 4. Okay, the answer is 4. Okay. Right? I'm sorry. Talent management strategies, just now we have 5, not 4. Okay, 5. Okay, so the next question. Many of you got incorrect. Okay, now still under talent management strategy, section 3, based on my slide. A talent management strategy is hi, Alaya, how many of the answer you got correct? Okay, you are still at the top. Okay, congratulations. Now, the answer is number 4. A talent management strategy is the plan of action to optimize employees' performance. Okay, we have 5 strategies based on the slide that I shared. Okay, the next question. Okay, I think this is only a common sense. When employees are happy and feel like they belong, they contribute more and okay, Alia Fahmi, congratulations. All right, so they contribute more and stay in their jobs longer. This is reflected to the retaining our talent in the organization. Getting fatigued and create a boredom at work, this is not the answer, but maybe this is also applicable. But in the context of talent management, we would like to highlight more on the 4 main pillars just now. So we would like the employees to stay in their job longer. It means to make them retain in the company. So is this the last question? Yes. All right, this is the last question. So I guess thank you for those who participate in today's quizzes. All right. So I think I pass the platform, the floor to Miss Novi.
Turun untuk sekolah.
Pardon, Miss? Oh, is it enough for presentation? Okay, yeah, for all participant, if you wanna ask question, you can raise your hand or you can write in the room chat. Bagi para peserta, jika ingin bertanya bisa terlebih dahulu raise hand atau mengetiknya di kolom chat. Terima kasih. For first, I will read the question first from audience in the YouTube. What are the for first question?
Sorry, Miss Novi. Can you make it louder?
Oh, okay.
I have made my volume in full now, just now, but your voice is still quite far from here, from the online here.
How about now? How about now?
Okay, now it is better.
Okay, for first question, what are the obstacle and challenge in HR development today? Thank you. This question from audience in the YouTube, Mr. Nuk Faiz.
Okay, I try to provide the answer. What is the obstacle in the development process? All right. Okay, my point of view is based on the academician, and since I'm not the practitioner in the industry, so in order to make the obstacle to develop is sometimes number one, for example, we cannot send our employees, maybe our employees have a various of lack in performing their job based on different type of knowledge, skill, and abilities they need to perform. So there are various of employees, and they also have different kind of shortage of skills. So because sometimes when we have a higher performance in our organization, what can I explain? Okay, like this. So I try to use a better version. Let's say we have 100 employees in one particular organization, and normally the lack of their abilities is not in the same area. Okay, so it is quite hard for us to make them in pool, right, to give the extra training for each of the employees to map with the needs of their different capabilities. That is number one. Okay, sometimes I also would like to share my experience. Sometimes we can do the on-site and off-site training, but the management sometimes may do it in less accurate by taking the staff maybe in a high number to the location of the trainer. Okay, instead of we invite the trainer to come to our organization. As for me, sometimes this kind of maybe decision might not so accurate to be taken, because it is more economic maybe to let the trainer come to the venue where all of the participants can join the training. So that is the second challenges, because as a manager, sometimes we also cannot make it. We trying best to make our best decision in providing the training. I just share two of the example. Okay, because on job training and off job training, they have their own pros and cons. But to make sure it have the lesser impact, negative impact to the employees, and we try to make it a maximum benefit to the employees, even though we can fulfill each of the single employees. Right, that is my response for this particular question. I hope that it can provide a little elaboration or satisfy for the question that have been raised up.
Thank you so much for the answer. And also I'm ready read all question in the room chat in paling bawah. What are the effort made by the company in increasing human resource whose quality is still low? This question from Mr. Sukamto. Thank you.
Okay, what are the effort made by the company in increasing human resources whose quality is still low? Right? Why does the company need to evaluate the training and develop that has been carried out? All right, now I try to answer number one first. What are the effort made by the company in increasing human resource whose quality is low? Normally, like I said just now, sometimes when we do the planning, we have make it in a very ideal, okay, mapping the KSA according to the required position. Okay, but that one is only based on papers and what we expect the best that we can document and find the right candidates to fill in the vacant. But actually, when we employ them, maybe for the 2 months, they can perform well with a quality that is expected by the organization. However, maybe after 2 months, they might involve with any other personal issue or any other organizational issue that make them cannot perform in the quality that they have been showed to us in the previous. So how can we increase this quality? Okay, I go back. Sometimes we have several positions, the middle position, the top position, and also the low position, right? Actually, the quality itself goes to the single person. Either he or she come in any position of the what we call it layer in the organization. Quality is something that need to be built within the person himself or herself. Sometimes quality is very hard to be instilled. It normally come by born actually with the person. But as a good manager or leader, we still need to try hard to make sure that we can inject and send for a training to what we call it, to increase the level of the quality. And sometimes the quality expected by the company is different based on the position, based on the rank of the employee. So it is can be said that what we call it, it cannot be generalized. But in general, quality normally, if based on the personality, it actually come by bond. So it is quite hard for the organization to send them. But that is what we need to do as a leader or manager, to give the proper training to make sure the quality in which part of the quality that we would like them to increase. Okay. And as for the number 2 question, why does the company need to evaluate the training and development that has been carried out? Okay. Okay, I try to answer this. Like I said just now, by the time we take one individual to join the company, and for sure, the decision to select or to make him employed is based on the performance that have been showed by him or her during the selection, during the interview, during the psychometric test. But this is what have been promised or what based on the test that have been performed by that particular individual. But maybe after they come in and join the organization, we still can find the talent gap that still occur in that particular employees. And maybe by the time after 6 months, he or she joined the organization, there are new of the system have been introduced by the organization. That's why the training and development is still need to be conducted to make sure he or she can capable to adapt with the current trend of system or technological changes that have been faced by the organization. All right, so I hope that answer will be fine for the one who asked me just now. Okay, does the training have a significant effect on improving the quality of HR? What factor need to be considered in the training and development of human resources? All right, for sure, according to the previous researcher, to the author, it has been evidence that training is very significant in order to improve the quality of HR, okay, the quality of the individual, and also training can provide the benefit to the organization also. All right, and what factor needs to be considered in the training and development? Of course, we need to identify what is the talent gap that is still missed, the budget, all right, and how many person should involve with that particular training. And there are several lists of factors that need to be considered before the training can be done. But the most important is to look on the budget or the financial that available in the organization. I think that's all right, Miss.
Yes.
I hope that the answer can satisfy your question.
I think we don't have no more question again, just only in the Zoom chat. Okay. Before I close this event, I will go to the next session for take a picture. Okay, for all participants, please open your camera. We will take a picture for documentation. Bagi para peserta, bisa dinyalakan terlebih dahulu untuk kameranya. I will say 1, 2, 3. Okay. Another one. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, finally, we come to the end of the webinar today. Finally, we come to the end of the visiting lecture today. We would like to say thanks for Dr. Ummi Naiemah Saraih for the wonderful information. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. We hope this information will be beneficial for our audience. And I hope we can meet again at another event in the future with Universiti Malaysia Perlis. Also, I would like to thanks for all participants attending this webinar. At last, we hope to have more collaboration in the future. And have a nice day and see you soon for all participants and Dr. Ummi.
See you soon and thank you everyone. Bye-bye. Have a nice day onwards. See you.
See you.
Thank you for all the participation. Okay, I leave the room now. Thank you, Miss Novi. Send my regards to everyone who make this program done very smoothly. Okay, bye-bye.